Like, as a passenger with you know, Cleetus and the and Mullet, you know, it was originally in your shop. You know, how have things progressed? You know, in the past, just in the past 365 days, from whenever, you know, Mullet was in your shop to coming up to Midwest Drag Week to where it is now.
Yeah, true. Can do that. Cool, so yeah, we're having a great time here at Midwest Drags 2022. I think we probably took home the win again, at least based off of what we figured out with our numbers. And it's a little bit different event than what I participated in earlier in the year with Sick Week and kind of one of our shop cars, Soccer Mom. But a whole lot of fun nonetheless, had a real good time. And then this is our second year with the Midwest Drags, which we were in a different class last year, won that class after we originally built the car. And then now I think we've won overall here and been the fastest car here on property. So, you know, since I originally built the car, Garrett's hired a bunch of guys that they can do a lot of the work that I used to do for him. They can do it all in-house now, kind of under the McFarland Racing brand name, or the McFarland Racing team. So they put the big block in it, they put the big turbos on it, Ty did all the exhaust, Zach touched up some of the wiring. I mean, a lot of the stuff that I originally did is still there, but a lot of it's not. So they've improved a lot of things, because these cars are constantly a work of improving them. Whether it's a 15-second car in one of the lower classes, all the way up until, you know, the Unlimited. We are always trying to make improvements, make our lives easier on the road, you know, get our kind of tool packages set up for the jobs we need to do. But yeah, so I got the car again right before this event just to touch up the alignment, because they didn't have time to get it done down there while they were rushing to get the car ready. I mean, literally it fired with the big block 2 days before it came to me, and it fired. They dynoed it, ran it at the track that night, was at my shop the next morning, and then I put it back in the trailer that night and was driving all the way to get here. So it's a lot of work to do these things, but it is a ton of fun. Like, if you've got a car that'll do it, or you got a car that you think won't do it, come try it, because it's freaking awesome. And even if, like, the greatest part about it is you're competing with people, but it's still like you're here having fun. Like, the guys that we've been like back and forth with, you know, we're like hanging out with each other, texting each other, going down the road, like, you know, enjoying each other's company instead of like the cutthroat stuff of like class type racing. The class type racing is awesome, don't get me wrong, I like that too. That's where you'll see really the peak performances occur. But like the challenge of getting down all these different tracks, because you never know what kind of track prep you're going to get presented with. Like, for example, here on Tuesday, the weather wasn't really all that great for track prep. The concrete was way too cold. So they had a really tough go at prepping the track. Today, it was on point. Like, we were on track to run something in the 680s this morning, but had a little issue with the transmission that was self-inflicted. We will fully admit that. But yeah, it turned out to be a really good day. We ended up with a 705 to close out the week. I got to haul back to Florida, take the car back to Bradenton, and then they've got to do a little bit of work to it and ship it off to Colorado for Rocky Mountain Race Week. It starts, I think, a week from today or tomorrow. Yeah, so turn it around and get it right back on the road again for the next event.
I appreciate, just like a just personal thing, I appreciate watching your channel. And
cool.
Like, I know, like you even said, like you're drawing when you were doing like the alignment.
Yeah.
Like, I appreciate stuff like that. Like, I'm a general contractor, so for me, I'm actually going here with you. I'm a general contractor, so for me, this is all new to me. Midwest Drag Week last year was my very first drag race that I've been to.
Okay.
Like,
cool.
I've never been to a drag race my entire life. Since then, I've done like 40 to 43 in the last year. So I'm really hooked.
Welcome to the club.
Yeah, exactly. I've lost, my pocket's feeling even lighter and lighter. But it's cool watching everybody come out and just thrash on things, and then watching somebody throw a rod or something like that and just laugh about it. Because what are you gonna do?
Yep.
That's the whole point. So like that's why he's encouraging you to come out and just bring it out, because it's worth it. It's worth it. Even if you break down, it's the experience. I mean, father, son, husband, wife, best friends, stuff like that.
Yep.
It's about making memories and just kind of seeing something you haven't seen before.
Yep, and there's some events that have you can do a drive along in like your regular daily driver streetcar. So if you think it's a little too hardcore to get in the race car and drive it for 1,000 miles, go to like Rocky Mountain Race Week and do the ride along, or in Sick Week it's called the Sick Ward. Where you can.
I was actually in that this year. I was in the Sick Ward, and it was a blast.
Yep.
Because I was having issues with my media van, so it was out the window. It was either take the Volkswagen or don't go.
Yep.
So I took it. I knew the Volkswagen was gonna be fine. So like that's a great way to just kind of see what it's about.
Yeah. You come hang out and we all end up a lot of times going out to dinner somewhere when we're not freaking out trying to fix something.
Right.
But like Sick Week's a little bit more chill because the drives are shorter. The hardcore, I think, is the Rocky Mountain Race Week, is 1,500 miles over 7 days. Drag Week somewhere in the middle. Midwest Drag is somewhere in the middle. But yeah, it's definitely a whole lot of fun and hanging out with everybody. And like the track is open from a certain time and closes at a certain time, and you've got to get your runs in that time. Like we made 7 hits here on Tuesday, trying to get something to start out our week like somewhere in the 7s. Like we were really hoping to come out and go 750s first day. Struggled a lot, if you guys saw it. And then then the next day the track was better. We went 710. 708, and then third day 701, 699, and then today we had another, like I said, self-inflicted problem, 741, and then a 705 with the same exact tune-up in it. We didn't even change the tune-up. Fixed our low transmission fluid problem. Hopefully didn't hurt the transmission, but and then it went a 705 with that same exact tune-up in it. So, but had it not slipped the first run, I think the first run today would have been like 680 something.
It was spicy.
Yeah, I picked up 7 numbers to 60 foot. Like yesterday's 699 was with a 124 60 foot, and it went 117 today. Because I was kind of like, they're really putting some sauce on the track. Let's see what she'll take. And it took it, but the transmission was like, hey, I need more fluid. I need more fluid. But it is what it is. Yeah,
and that's the whole point is, every day you're battling the same track, like you just said, same track, 2 different situations. So, I mean, it's a lot of entertainment. I recommend, even if you can't make it to this, go check out like Flashlight Drags, go check out a No Prep, go check out your local track. I mean, there's so many places closing down. Luckily in West Virginia, we actually just opened up a brand new 8th mile track, all concrete. Beautiful top of an old strip mine, beautiful views of mountains just everywhere, concrete the entire way. So it just opened up. It took 6 years, but we did it. So here it is.
Heck yeah.
We welcome you guys out anytime. I appreciate everything you guys do, and I appreciate you coming up and really showing everybody, being very detailed about everything, and so that way we can kind of learn on our own pace.
Yep, and a lot of the things, a lot of people that come up to me, they tell me thanks for describing stuff and show how I do things, and like by no means do I think my way is the only way to do things. It's just the way I've done it, And so I'm putting it out there, and if it helps people, that's, you know, fantastic. I've got some people that, oh, you shouldn't do it that way, you shouldn't do it that way. Hey, it works for me. And maybe if it works for me, it might work for one of you guys. So appreciate everybody that's tuning into my channel and Cleetus' channel and all that good stuff. So.
Yeah, and be sure to subscribe to Wildwood Adventures. And Kevin,
Yep.
I really appreciate it, man. You've always been a very kind person, and you've always been very informative. Thank you very much.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, you have a safe trip back to Florida, all right?
Thank you very much.